Hi guys, it's Melissa from Ugly Dog Lures. I'm flying solo today because I wanted to go over something that has been a recurring question regarding our packaging and how I do the layouts on Avery.com. Just real quick, we've kind of gone over this before, but sneak peek of a lure you guys haven't seen. When we have a lure that has dried after epoxy, Charlie puts hooks on it for me, and I put it into a package like this. It is a Ziploc bag. Each lure has an index card, and on Avery I print out these scannable barcode numbers. I print 2 per lure, and that way it goes on the card for inventory purposes, and it goes on the packaging for tracking purposes. Once the hooks are on here, we take the card, we take a photo of the card, we take a photo of the lure, and then we put them all back into this package together, and they go into a bin until I get the time to package things. This is from a sheet of 4. We cut them, and you'll see that in the designer here in a minute. We fold them on the line that I have set up, and I designed it this way so anybody that's packaging or helping us has a guide. We cut the plastic, which is a treat bag I buy at Hobby Lobby. And then we use these little, they're earring backs, or plastic earring backs like you get on the hook-shaped earrings, that the dangles that you get. These are just 1,000 of those little plastic hook savers. And we put them on here because, let me tell you, you can donate a lot of DNA if you don't, because the hooks are really sharp. So once that's done, we drop it in the packaging and staple it together, and this is our finished product. And I assume that everybody's been asking this question because you either want to package and market your own products, or you have maybe some other hobby product that you'd like to use. This can be designed in any shape that you want. I just made sure that mine fit the width and kind of shorter. I have to trim the packages, the plastic here, but it's easy, it's not expensive, anybody can put it together for you. It's only printed on one side, so if you have to use a secondary print source like Office Max, Office Depot, something like that, you know, it's 12 cents a print per color. It's not going to break the bank. And then I take a matte finish clear coat spray paint, and this paper is cardstock paper that I buy at Office Max, and I lay it out before I cut it, and I just spray over it with clear coat, and it gives it just a little more durability, because the paper, when it bends, it will crackle the coloring. And if you're going to print something in color, it's better to protect it a little bit. And we are not easygoing when it comes to these things. We haul them around. We take them to vendor shows. People come through and they'll go on the board and they'll look for themselves. So just a little tidbit there. And of course the little scan bar is on here, so when we check out with the Square app, we can scan or type in the number. It's right there, and it's already in the inventory, and it just comes right out. I also use Google Drive to track the Sheets app on Google Drive to track the inventory, and that way I can get it on my phone, on my tablet, on my computer, on Charlie's phone. It's just very accessible. It works out really well. So I'm going to stop boring you with this description stuff. If you have any more questions, just send me an email at uglydoglures@gmail.com. You can always comment in the comments below here on YouTube, or if you have better ideas, or if you've tried this and it works better your way. I'm always learning. It took me forever to figure this out to make it easy, but once I did, it was really easy. So if you have ideas, or you have, questions about how else we can do it, I'm open to listening to most anything. So thank you for joining me. We're going to cut right now to the computer, and I'm going to go through and show you how I do the design on Avery.com. Alright, here we are at Avery.com. You need to either create an account or sign into your account. We're going to go back to your My Account tab and open projects. The projects that you make on Avery will save until you delete them. So you can go to create a new project, and again it will save here once you're done. You can use one of the pre-designed layouts. It's not something that I do. I use a full sheet layout so that I can make the size and shape that I want. 22800 is just a number that I keep in my head. It's an 8.5 by 11. It's designed as a window sign, but again, it's going to be a PDF when you get done, so you can print it however you want. We're going to start with a blank design, and then we're going to design a 4-label page. So I'm going to make a shape, and I'm going to change it to fit what I think will go with the plastic that we use to hold the lures, candy bags. And so once I get it wide enough, I'm going to take it down to the full length of the page. I get that done. Now I'm going to remember that I have to put 4 across, so I need to have room to do that. And I'm going to leave the extra on the outside edges, and then I'm going to start just pasting more boxes across. These don't have to be perfect, because at the end I'm going to delete them. The lines just get very busy, and it's hard to cut on the line and not have extra line on one side or another. So I found that deleting them at the end just works the best. I also find that the color is distracting. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to remove the fill color on each one of the boxes, but I'm going to leave the outline so I can tell where my edges are for each label. And I'm going to go in here and I'm going to start adding lines. I do lines all the way across to keep the color and the size consistent. So once I get that kind of placed where I want it, I'm going to take it outside the box to the little dotted line edge, so that there's just a little extra on each side. And it's going to yell at me at the end, but it's something that is easier for me. Then I'm going to go in here and change the fill color and remove the outline for that line box. I am designing this with the fold over portion of the label upside down. So I'm going to open up my logo here. I'm going to turn it around and resize it. And I can already tell you I made it too small. So once I get it into place, I'm going to have to make it a little bit bigger and reposition the line. I'm going to start adding more lines, and then be sure that you leave a space for the hole punch to hang the packaging up. These don't have to be exact because I delete them as well. Then I start adding words. And I make sure that the space between the orange and the black at the top is my fold line. I add the text for the back of my packaging, get it written out and spaced the way I want it, and then again I copy it, paste it, and position it in each box accordingly. This makes it much easier. There we go. Now I'm going to add in camera ready lines. What these are is they're a gray line, so they're not as noticeable, but you still have a line to guide you when you cut. And then I'm going to start taking away the outline boxes. See how much cleaner that looks?
and you still have reference for cutting. Then we're going to save the project to our folder. It's going to ask me if I want to do anything with the back of the page. Now, I don't want to because that's where my lure goes in my little barcode. So I'm going to say no to this and leave that page blank. There's where they told me to fix everything, but I already know. So I'm going to continue, and then I'm going to print. The green button opens up a PDF of the project. And here you can save it to your computer as a PDF. But what I want is to make sure that my spacing and my size is correct. So I'm going to print a black and white proof. And I just want to print the one page. So there we go. We have everything laid out, ready to print. And you can design it how you want.
Wow, this is strange. I'm used to being on the other side of the camera. But I hope that this...
Wow, this is strange. I'm used to being on the other side of the camera, but I hope that this information was useful, that you guys can utilize this tool for your own packaging. If you, again, have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. If you have any ideas, let me know. Thank you so much for joining me. And don't forget to join us Saturday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where we go live. Wow. You can see how mean he is to me, right? Or is it me that's mean to him? I don't know. It's a thing. So we'll see you guys then. And like everyone seems to be saying these days, we'll catch you later.